Hello, everybody, and welcome to this week's 30 Minutes program. Paul Tinkle here with Dr. Jamie Frakes, and he is the Vice President of the TCAT program in Northwest Tennessee here in Dyer County. And first off, Doctor, I want to tell you what I'm hearing about at TCAT is just phenomenal with things that are taking place for students and for people around these parts to be able to do some really, really good things. Let's talk about it.
Yes, sir. Mr. Paul, thank you for having me out this morning. And yes, we've got some phenomenal things going on at TCAT Northwest. And, you know, we have 6 locations. We've got one in Union City. We've got one in New Bern, Ripley, Covington, and Bells. But we also have an instructional service center in Lake County, Tennessee. So we are out there throughout the Northwest Tennessee region, and we're here to provide all of those needs for a good career in technical education.
How did you get involved in TCAT?
This is approaching my second full year at TCAT Northwest. I've been in higher education for a little over 33 years and had the opportunity. Before, I'd worked in West Tennessee, community college level, and got to know the TCATs at the time, and they were great partners. And I left for a brief period of time and then had the opportunity to return to TCAT Northwest. Dr. Yolanda Jones, the president of TCAT Northwest, great friend and mentor, and she offered me the opportunity to come back as vice president of academic affairs, and it's just been awesome. That's all I can say. It's been great. We really try to meet every student where they're at. We try to coach them up, provide the mentoring skills, and then really work with them to see that they can get into a good, meaningful career. And the programs that we offer 28 different programs. And, of course, I'd have to have a cheat sheet to go through all of them. But we've got some amazing programs where people can realize their dreams. And that's what's been exciting to me, getting back and engaged with the TCAT and all of our programs.
Well, let's get back down to the basics. What does TCAT stand for?
Tennessee College of Applied Technology.
And we have these across the state of Tennessee, and this is for people who want to go to college, but they want to do other things at the same time, and it's all about education.
That's exactly right. And, you know, the TCATs fill a need because a lot of people, they want that higher education experience. They maybe want to go to college, and maybe they don't know what they want to do. Not everyone wants to go study business or you know, there's some program out there that they really, you know, feel that they're led to get into, and it could be something in the technical field. As you hear, a lot of the national media plays this up, is nowadays we don't have enough plumbers. We don't have enough electricians. We don't have a lot of engineers that are at that layman level to be able to go out and be plant managers. We're missing something nationally with that. And we provide that right here in Tennessee with our TCAT programs. We are Tennessee Board of Regents institutions. Students can take courses, dual enrollment. If you've got a partnering agreement with us, they can take dual enrollment courses through us and prepare themselves for that program that they really want to dial into. You know, the last time you and I visited, I talked a lot about our Engineering Systems Technology program. That is a very good program where students can learn the skill sets necessary to be a multi-craft industrial maintenance professional. A lot of people may ask, well, what is that? Well, that's somebody that knows all the bells and whistles of how your plant facility runs. They're good with the electronic side, the electrical side. They're good with fluid power. They're learning a lot of basic skills and knowledge to be able to manage a small industry, a manufacturing partner. And so to me, I think what a great opportunity. You can come in and study with us in that particular program and go to work within a year, year and a half, and right out of the gate make good wages and have a good career and still stay on track with your higher education goals as you go through your career.
You just joined with us. We've got Dr. Jamie Frakes. He is a very, very talented in orchestration. What he is talking about today is some very, very big projects that are taking place at TCAT in Dyer County, New Bern. And is it okay if we just jump right into a couple of these things? You spent some time just recently at Everett Stewart Airport. Can we talk about that first?
We sure can.
Let's go.
Just recently got back from Everett Stewart Airport, where the Obion County Chamber had an event this morning and had an opportunity to introduce to the public our aviation maintenance technology program that we're going to be having at TCAT Northwest on the main campus in New Bern. And if there's anyone out there that's interested or has ever been interested in aviation, aeronautics, they're interested in working on aircraft, I'd like for them to take a look at this program. It's a remarkable program. We're one of 3, I believe, in West Tennessee that provide airframe and power plant training for aspiring aviation maintenance technicians or aviation maintenance mechanics.
What I'm hearing you say is that you pass this course, you can do things with airplanes such as going to Memphis or Nashville or Jackson or Everett Stewart or wherever it may happen to be. So we're building new doctors for airplanes for mechanical purposes and so forth. Would that be a fair statement?
Oh, that's a great way of putting it. Yes, sir. To be able to get into this program, and it's a cohort program within 20 months.
What does that mean?
Well, cohort means everybody's going to begin the program, start the program at the same place. So once they enroll in this program and go through each term, they will earn they will have the opportunity to earn enough credits so that they can sit for their airframe exam with the FAA. So once you earn your airframe certificate, you can then work on the structural components of an aircraft. You can work on the wings, the landing gear. You can work on just about everything involved with the aircraft. And
right here at home.
Right here in West Tennessee. Good old New Bern, Tennessee. And, you have a lot of listeners that are 30, 40 minutes out. I tell you, when they get into this program and they see the new facility that we have coming up there and the quality program that we're rolling out, it's FAA approved, and they're going to earn that airframe, that opportunity to earn that airframe certificate and then graduate on and earn their power plant so they can work on the engines. Once it's all done and they pass their exam through the FAA, they are an A&P mechanic.
And to be candid about this, based on what I know, these people are hard to find.
Right now, there is a huge demand for aircraft mechanics across the state of Tennessee. And by the year 2030, we are probably going to be looking at another 3,500 to 4,000 openings for aircraft mechanics. And there has never been a greater opportunity to be able to get invested in a program like this and earn those credentials. I'm
going to jump a little bit, but what would be a pay for someone to go to work per hour? What is that? You're talking about $60 an hour? Or are you talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what the numbers are, but
I'm probably thinking. Well, when I look at it from an annual salary, you could probably come out of the gate making $75,000 or $80,000 a year with the potential to go much higher.
Oh yeah.
Especially as you get into larger airports. Everett Stewart's a regional airport. It pretty well serves, it does. It serves Obion County. It serves Weakley County. And that A&P certificate that you earn through the FAA, it's portable. You can work in southwestern Kentucky. You can work anywhere just so long as, you're in the United States, obviously. But that is just a huge opportunity. You could hang your own shingle and be an A&P mechanic, and just an incredible opportunity.
Did the state of Tennessee say this is what we need to do in New Bern, or was this an idea that you came up with, and because you knew that there are some people that we need to have jobs in this area?
Well, Dr. Yolanda Jones, the president of TCAT Northwest, she'd been working on this project for some time. When I first arrived at TCAT Northwest, she assigned me to work on this because I had prior experience working with a Part 147 A&P school. And so, the foresight to bring that program to bear resides with Dr. Jones. And The state of Tennessee has been very instrumental. We've received some grant funding, and then also the Tennessee Board of Regents has been very good to us with funding the program in our startup. And, like I say, we've got a new building coming on, and the equipment that goes into it, it's just a phenomenal opportunity. But it was designed to meet this, these needs that we're seeing here now presently, but also in the next 5 to 10 years.
Got to ask the question that people are wondering: how much does it cost to go to TCAT?
The cost for one term attending, the tuition is $1,541, and that's per term. Now, there could be some additional cost that you can identify through our cost sheets. We have cost sheets for every program. For instance, if you wanted to get into an industrial maintenance program, there may be some additional cost for tools and things like that are financial aid eligible. We do have some additional costs that will go along with this program, this aviation maintenance technology program, but all of that is being prepared right now so that it can be financial aid available.
Assuming people have a job, but they want to go to this job you're talking about, for example. So how do you work their schedules? So do you have to stop what you're doing, level up $1,500, and then go to school? But at the same time, they got a family. So how do they balance that?
That's a great question. Individuals attempt to balance that in multiple ways. There are some students who, have their financial aid available and they're able to attend school full time. And again, it's 6 hours a day, 5 days a week. So 30 hours of instruction. It's clock hour instruction through the week. It's pretty much a full-time job when you're devoted to these programs. Some of our programs that we offer are at night, but we're willing to work with the student or prospective student to see what their needs are, to see if we can tailor that to those needs. There are some people that we have that are students who are working at our industry partner locations throughout West Tennessee, and they come and take night programs. This aviation program that we're talking about, it's strictly going to be a day program. So that cohort will begin. It'll be all in, from the beginning.
Can you come out of high school and go into this program?
You sure can.
So 17, 18-year-old?
Sure can. Just need to make application for admission at TCAT Northwest and identify that program and come on down and see us.
How do they go about it, applying?
You can apply online. Go to TCAT Northwest website, and once you're there, you can fill out the online application and submit that. Or if you would like, you can call us at 731-627-2511, and you can ask to speak with someone in Student Services who can give you some additional information to get you on that waiting list for this program. Variety of ways.
There are a lot of people that need help financially. How do you go about getting financial help?
We have a financial aid liaison, or our Vice President of Student Services, Miss Amanda Heath. She does address a lot of the financial aid questions that go with that. And so, she will address those specific to the individual. So just reach out to us and let's talk about it.
If you've just joined us, Dr. Jamie Frakes. He's the Vice President of TCAT Northwest, Newbern, Dyer County. He's been with us before, does a really good job on explaining things that are going on. And he'll be glad to talk to you on the phone if you have a question about any things we're talking about here today, by the way. And he gave you the phone number. He'll do it again if you stay with us all the way through on our program. Some of the other programs that you've lifted up now since we last talked almost 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's see. I've already mentioned engineering systems technology. We have an outstanding welding program. We have a diesel engineer or a diesel mechanic program.
Can we go back to welding for a moment?
We sure can.
How much people are making for welding?
There are some people reporting six-figure salaries. You can go into a lot of the industry partners within West Tennessee, and they're going to pay really well if you've got those welding credentials. If you want to hang your own shingle and be that traveling welder, if you will, and metal fabricator and just work the region, the sky's the limit on the earnings that you can make with those credentials.
Yeah, I got a guy the other day. I got to know him. had a conversation with him, and I asked him what he makes. He said, I can make us whatever I wanted to make it because I set the price. And I said, okay. And so, sometimes the job is a little heavier or hurting, or maybe a Sunday afternoon at 2:00 and you got to have an electrician. I mean, those are the kinds of things. But, that's the cool part about being your own boss.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And all of our programs, we have that piece of entrepreneurship that ties in with all 28 of our programs. One program that I wanted to mention to you, industrial maintenance mechatronics.
What is that?
Industrial maintenance mechatronics, you're learning about programmable logic controllers, PLCs. You're learning all the automation that goes into what makes these industries run.
Can you dumb it down just a little bit more, please? It's over my head.
Well, let's just look at it this way. Computers run everything.
Yeah.
And so you're learning all of the automation and how the computers are guiding that automation in production processes. And it could be as something as simple as the things that go on through an assembly line, or it could be the scheduling and the timing that goes on through just normal production processes. There's some computer, there's some automation that is attached to all of it. And so we're teaching those fundamentals, those foundational basics to prepare that student for work in that field. And I mentioned earlier this concept of the multi-craft industrial maintenance professional. That's that person that knows the electrical side. They know the fluid power side. They know a little bit about hoses and how to operate and work with different machines. All of that is all pretty well intertwined within all of these programs. You're learning a little bit about welding. You're learning a lot about electronics. And if you give me just a second, I want to share something, just a powerful story on our computer automated drafting program. Dr. Shannon Stewart is over that program, and he is a phenomenal instructor, as is all of our instructors at TCAT Northwest. But Dr. Shannon came to me one day and he said, hey, I want to introduce you to a student. And I said, well, bring him in here. Let's talk to him. He comes in. He's been in Dr. Stewart's program for a year. We get to talking, and he says, guess what? He said, I just got my dream job. And I found out later this young man had actually graduated with an engineering degree from the University of Tennessee, and he actually came back to pick up his diploma, his CAD diploma, through us. And that actually made him more marketable in the field that he was wanting to go into. And he jumped into it and is doing phenomenally well. And then we had another student who also worked under Dr. Stewart, who got into this engineering systems technology program that we have. He was hired before he graduated. It was so neat because the industry partner actually came back to us and said, hey, is there any way you guys can work with him so that he can complete his academic requirements? But we need him now. So, before the ink was dry, we already had two people in the workplace working their dream jobs in a career that's going to take them a lot of places, and they're going to do phenomenal things. And we believe all of our graduates are going to do phenomenal things. If
you've just tuned in, we're talking to Dr. Jamie Frakes. I like TCAT and what it does, and because I've been in some of these schools, and it's amazing what's going on. Not just welding or working on a tractor or something to that effect, but I mean, there's so many different options that TCAT provides, and I'm not being a cheerleader because I don't have to. I know this stuff works, and these people that are very, very good at what they do, and they've probably been doing it for a long time, but now they're getting the opportunity to have a certificate. Our instructors, I've mentioned just a couple of them, but our instructors are phenomenal. They come from the world of work. They've spent careers mastering the skill levels that they're carrying on, that they're teaching to our students. And I think it's a true tribute to them as well, because they're really, that's where the rubber meets the road. I don't think we've talked about this in the past, but what's college, your graduation time? Do you bring them all out Is that right? And give them the certificates and so forth?
We have a typical, we have a commencement at TCAT Northwest. In fact, we had one last fall down in Ripley. Ripley High School actually was the host site, and it's a college graduation. It's a college commencement, just like any college, UT Martin or any of the other partnering schools in the region. It's the same way. So they're not going to miss that experience.
Well, you got a good friend in TCAT with Chris Hurt, state representative there in Halls, Tennessee, and he's very much about what we're doing here. We're talking about. Oh
yeah, and the partners that you see from the local level and the regional level all the way up to the state, just are really behind TCAT. They're behind our mission, and now is the time if you want to get into that career field that you've always been thinking about. Now is the time. There's never been a better opportunity to jump in and get the educational credentials you need to be successful in your chosen field.
I was just looking at some notes here. What is the most sought after? What is it?
Most sought after program? That's a great question. Wow. I could name probably 5 or 6 programs that we consistently have industry programs or industry partners that come visit us about, but our industrial maintenance programs, automation, mechatronics, just general industrial maintenance, welding, HVAC. Everybody needs air conditioning, right? Especially now. Guess what? It's going to get cold pretty soon. You're going to need somebody that knows something about your heat too. So, but HVAC, welding, I mentioned engineering systems technology. Our computer information technology program is a very good program, and it's one too that industry partners are seeking out. Our CAD program, soon to be our aviation program. So we have just a plethora of programs out there that are high demand in all of those fields. I mentioned industrial maintenance. I don't want to leave out industrial maintenance electrical. Again, that's an opportunity right there for someone to learn all of the electrical skill sets that you need to be successful, and not only in a manufacturing or commercial environment, but you can pretty well use those skill sets in anything.
Let's jump into August 14th. You're having a fish fry?
Oh, yes, we are. August the 14th, we are having a fish fry. It's our fish fry fundraiser.
Is it a Friday? Is that when it is? Or
I think it is.
Yes, that's okay. We'll worry about it.
Okay. I haven't looked that far enough.
Well, usually
we've been so busy.
Fish on Friday, so
that's pretty well where it's at. But it's our 4th annual fish fry fundraiser.
It is Friday.
And all of the proceeds go to scholarships to help our students who are attending TCAT Northwest. I tell you, it's some of the best fish I've ever eaten, and it's a great opportunity to fellowship. Great.
Where is it? When is it?
It's going to be at TCAT Northwest main campus in New Bern.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have it there on the 14th. I believe we're going to kick off around 10 a.m. We've got some distinguished guests that we're going to honor that day, and it's going to be a very, very busy time. You're going to see a lot of friends. You're going to see probably a lot of relatives. I mean, everybody's going to be around. It's going to be a great opportunity.
You know, the thing about getting a certificate or a diploma, and you and I both have a diploma, and we both went to college, and we felt like we really did accomplish something. And that piece of paper that has graduate on it, there's nothing any better than knowing that you have made the trip.
Yes. I call that punching your ticket. You know, when you earn that credential, it's very rewarding, and it's something to celebrate, not only one's accomplishment for going through that program and earning that credential, but it's something to share with your families. I share with people all the time that I think my path in higher education, it's almost a ministry of sorts, because people are realizing their dreams as a result of earning those credentials. And yes, they are graduates.
we need to make sure that we don't forget our veterans and people that are going through some transition in their life, doing one thing and now they want to do something else, and particularly making sure that there are available funds for the program.
We have an office with our student services, and they can work with our veterans to find out what those needs are from a financial standpoint. And we work with those veterans to make sure that we're meeting those needs. And so it's a great opportunity for veterans who are wanting to onboard into career and technical education by coming to a TCAT. And we have some professionals that can address those needs and work with them individually.
I don't really wanted to bring this up, but it's something that I think that people need to understand. TCAT is not about men. It's men and women. I mean, we haven't
Absolutely.
Even, I mean,
yes.
You don't think about and don't misunderstand this conversation, but I mean, a lot of people, a woman that does welding.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Some of the best welders we have. Yes. And
so this is not a man's, this is men and women.
Absolutely. Yeah. TCAT programs are open to everyone. And we want in fact, I would encourage anyone who just wants to take a tour. If you want to take a tour and see our institution, any one of our campuses, just reach out to me and I'll set that up for you. Love to have you.
What's going to happen in the future? What are we going to see? What are we going to need?
As I peer out into the future, I see all of the industry trends that have already been mentioned. We're going to need more electricians. We're going to need more qualified welders. We need more people involved in computer information technology. We're going to need thousands across this country to fill those career and technical opportunities that are out there. And that's not going away. As we get older, we're losing a generation of the workforce that basically, those skill sets, that knowledge is going away and it's not coming back. And right now is the perfect opportunity to onboard into one of these career opportunities that we offer at TCAT and run with it, because you will progress not only with where you want to go monetarily, where you want to go with your career, just the self-fulfillment behind doing something like that. And it's going to be wide open. We're going to have a lot of opportunities in the next 10, 15, 20 years.
Tennessee College of Applied Technology. This is what we're talking about in New Bern, Tennessee. Doors are open what time? Closed at what time?
Somebody's going to be there from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. about every day. And our classes in earnest begin 7:30 and run from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30. But somebody's always there.
And the address in New Bern, Tennessee?
We are at 340 Washington Street. Right as you turn off the highway, come on up and see us. We're near the Dyer County Elementary School there.
You get the last word, sir.
Well, I just really appreciate the partnership that we've had on the radio. I really want to invite everyone to really take a deep dive and look at our TCAT Northwest programs. Again, I mentioned we've got 28 programs. People can, again, realize your career dreams and meet those goals that you've put out there for yourself. And we just welcome you. We just want you. Come see us.
Hope you've enjoyed this conversation with Dr. Jamie Frakes, Vice President, TCAT Northwest, Dyer County. And if you have a chance to go over, New Bern, Tennessee, be more than happy to have you to come over and take a tour. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate the good work that you are doing individually and professionally, because these people need what you've been offering and providing and helping with.
Thank you, Mr. Paul. Appreciate it.
That's our program today. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening to this week's 30 Minutes program. Paul Tinkle, pre-recorded.
You've been listening to 30 Minutes, a community affairs program on Thunderbolt Radio. You can listen to this broadcast and others anytime by visiting thunderboltradio.com and following the Thunderbolt Radio and Digital YouTube page. Thanks for listening.